Alright, a couple more things before we go ahead and test out our application. We are going to want to add one more line of code here within our home HTML file. We're going to add the form.hidden tag right here. And what this does is it renders the CSRF cross-site request forgery token, which was automatically generated. And that is a security tool which is used to prevent against a variety of potential attacks. So in the interest of security, we should definitely add that tag. Let's go ahead and save that. Save all. So once again, we have our import statements. We created an instance of our application. We set the configuration. We created our database. We created a class to store the information which will be contained within our form. And we created a model for our database. We also created a route and a view function. And we have a little bit of Python logic embedded here using Jinja 2 within our HTML. So we can accept information from the client, in this case the browser. It can be posted to the server. The database can be updated, and then the database can be queried. Information returned from that query can be rendered and displayed. Before we go ahead and run that, we're going to want to do one more thing. If we run this right now, we will likely encounter a problem as we don't have this file. This file has not yet been created. We're still using SQLite for the local database, and the program, our application, will look for that file in the project root directory. So let's go ahead and create that. Let's open up the terminal in our project directory. You can see the current working directory here. We are within project directory. We're going to start up the Python interpreter, and from our app we're going to import two things. We're going to import DB right over here, the database, and we're also going to import the class, the model of our database, which is a user. Looks like those imports were successful. We're now going to create the database. If you watch the window over here, we should see that appear. So we're going to run db.create_all. You can see we now do have the test.db file. So the program should be ready with that. We're now going to exit out of the Python interpreter, issuing the quit command. And I think we're ready to go ahead and run the program. So let's run our application through Python and the name of the application, which is dbapp. We've now started an instance of the local development server. It's running on IP address 127.0.0.1, port 5000. We can access that through the browser. So we've got an instance of the browser here, and we can provide the alias to that IP address and the port 5000. And there we have it. It looks like our application is running. Let's test it out by providing some information. Let's give it a user. I'm going to call it user1, and let's give them a password of 1, and it looks like it worked. So once again, what's happening here is we provide this information, we post it to the server, which updates a database, which in this case is a local SQLite database, and then that database is queried, the information is returned, rendered, and displayed. Alright, in the next video we're going to migrate to a Postgres database, and we will be deploying this application to Heroku.